a lot of us, we have the feeling that if I think about the future, I'll solve the future, and when I get to the future, I'll be completely fine. And this is actually limiting our potential as humans. And the reason I'm saying this is because when we try to plan something out, we're thinking in a busy state of mind. When we're not living in the present moment, we're not in the reality we're in. We're conditioned to think about the future, which won't allow us to live in the present moment. But beyond that, if we stay in the present moment, not everyone can stay in the present moment at all times, but if we could try to stay in the present moment as much as possible, we actually create better solutions than if we think about solutions in the future. And now you're going to ask me, you're going to say, Felix, that doesn't make sense. How do we create better solutions by not thinking about them? And this is the very interesting part. The best solutions we ever have in our lives is solutions we make when we are not under stress. Those are the best solutions. For me personally, I remember when I would be completely stress-free, when I would have my consciousness shift and I would be in a different mood. I'd be kind of in a neutral mood. I always made better solutions from there than I have when I was in any other type of mood, even happiness. And I started realizing, I was like, how come I'm making better solutions when I'm not trying to have a session where I am trying to think and figure something out? And this is what I've discovered. I discovered that our mind is always we're gonna create the best solution for ourselves when we aren't in stress. When we're stuck in stress, we have thoughts that get recycled over and over again and keep running in our system. And it's practically running on a treadmill. That's the difference. We run on a treadmill and we think we're going somewhere, but in reality we're just running the same steps. You see, when we're proactively trying to think of solutions, we actually hinder ourselves from our true potential as humans. Our true potential as humans is to live in the moment, see thought, let thoughts enter and exit out of our skull without interacting to them. But when we try to interact with these thoughts, that's when our system gets interrupted. That's when we start messing with our normal system. Our normal system is actually to receive thought and let thought out. But when we start interacting with the thoughts that enter our skull, we're not allowing new thoughts to come in. And it's creating a big mess in our head. And that's what leads to a lot of confusion. I had an experience. I remember I was going to university for the first time. I was coming out of high school. And I remember after high school ended, I was thinking a lot about university in the summer. And I was not living in the present moment. I was in my head constantly thinking about university. And when I was doing that, I realized that someone pointed it out to me that all I'm doing is worrying about something that hasn't started yet. And it didn't make sense to me at the time, but when I got to university, I saw that, hey, I was having all these dreading thoughts about university. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be difficult. But when I got to university, it wasn't all that bad. But the thoughts in our brain, they start making things appear worse than what they actually are in order to prepare for them.